Jacob-Klinger from PennLive, checking back in with you all at the second intermission of Stanley Cup Finals Game 6 from the south side of Pittsburgh, where the contingent of Pittsburgh Penguins fans has grown and started to overflow out in front of some of the bars as the game has worn on. As I'm sure y'all are aware, Predators and Penguins are still tied 0-0. Predators sort of had the better of the second period, and whereas lots of Penguins fans were plenty relaxed in the early going, particularly in the first period, as the Penguins were probably the better team at that time, that's not really the case anymore. Inside, I was just in Finley-Cools on East Carson Street, and Penguins fans are noticeably nervous. The Predators even had a goal disallowed. We got a video up at that y'all can check out on our YouTube page, youtube.com/PennLive. Furthermore, there's just like a sort of tension here that like didn't exist before, and I'm just walking down East Carson Street toward what's across here, 17th. You know, typical spots are pretty full. Mario's, Flats. Did see a guy get thrown out there, kind of very literally, onto his back. I think the bouncer, or someone who was with the bouncer, threw his shoe across the street. That was pretty funny. Someone who was with the bouncer and then the guy who got thrown out himself exchanged a couple homophobic slurs, and then you know, eventually the guy who got thrown out sort of backed off and went across the street. As you can see, it's still relatively calm, certainly compared to this time last year when the Penguins were actually clinching the Stanley Cup. That being said, if they do go ahead and get a go-ahead goal or a winner, if you will, in the third period, I'm sure that won't be the case anymore. But it is relatively calm for a primetime, potentially Stanley Cup Finals clinching game. So at this point, we're getting a little ways away from the real heart of the bar scene. We'll turn back in a second, but again, this is Jacob-Klinger with PennLive.com, checking in from the south side of Pittsburgh, where Penguins fans have gathered to watch Predators. I think part of the reason we're not seeing as many people here as you have in the past is that, you know, PPG Paints Arena is hosting people, the big screen is still up over there, so it is a little quieter on the south side, though again, I think that will change certainly if the Penguins do go ahead and score a goal. We'll have coverage throughout the game from Twitter. You can follow Lauren Kirschman. You can follow myself, Jacob-Klinger, at Jacob_Klinger. Follow This Is Pittsburgh, both on Facebook, here, obviously, and on Twitter. And, yeah, you're seeing Penguins fans coming towards us, going back down East Carson Street toward Birmingham Bridge. We will actually go with that crowd and sort of join them there. Again, I don't know if some of y'all are late joining us. Penguins fans are really tightened up here on the south side. It's become increasingly the Predators game. Now, if the Penguins lose, obviously they can have Game 7 here Sunday night and clinch the Stanley Cup there just as well. They could also lose it. Yeah, again, we're gonna turn back here, back to where the mom seed would really be. The Penguins Predators. But yeah, Penguins fans noticeably nervous as the second period is going on, and understandable. Predators are the better team, and whereas in the first period you would hear, you know, Penguins fans pretty confident, pretty unfazed by anything the Predators were doing. There was some really tense moments of silences. The Predators had a couple of breakaways, some clear chances. Murray came up huge, but yeah, Penguins fans are clearly starting to feel the heat a little bit watching Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. I am on the south side of Pittsburgh, where the bar scene is at its best. There's a long strip of bars, heavy police presence. You see the barricades in place. We'll actually show you at the next intersection if you sit tight with us. People relatively calm. Yep. Again, Penguins Predators sort of watch scene from the south side of Pittsburgh. I see some of y'all are joining us late. We're coming up on East Carson and 17th Street. I'm about to show you off to my right. There's going to be some police barricades set up, I would imagine. There were really large groups of police just sort of hanging out, walking around together before the game. I took a lift over because I'm not a crazy person. I don't want my car flipped or set on fire later. It's the little things, you know? Let's see what we got over here. Actually don't see any barricades right here just yet. A lot of bars are past capacity to the point where, not past capacity, but they're at capacity where you'll see bouncers sort of counting every person that leaves so they can count every person that goes back in, just to keep it, you know, not overflowing. And to their credit, it hasn't been yet. You know, Mario's would be the place you would most expect to be full, but you see an officer off to our left there, standing by a little parking meter. Just kind of blending into the wrecks. Nice place. Did a moth reading there the other night. Good times. Passing Diesel on my right here. Yeah, as you can see, it's somewhat subdued, but Penguins Predators carries on. Our coverage does too. Yeah, there you see a little. We'll go across to Mario's. Show a little Therese barricade. And then we'll probably try and get back into one of these bars. We brought you some video from the first half inside. Where were we? We were at Local. Driving a bicycle drunk? If so, it's a really bad idea. Speaking of bad ideas, yeah, we brought you the first period from inside Local. Second from Pittsburgh, where really the highlight of the game at that point was Predators goal being disallowed, and then a couple big saves by Matt Murray to keep Penguins Predators tied at 0-0.
Why y'all all stop smoking when I left?
A lot of traffic picking up here, actually, which is probably needs to get gone while it can, because it's going to be chaos down here later. And from my experience, again, I was here last year when the Penguins did clinch the Stanley Cup, and it was chaos. You could not get out. They had, I'd say, about 10 blocks blocked off, at least. I want to say to the Birmingham Street Bridge. So if you're driving through the south side of Pittsburgh, hurry up and then don't, because regardless of what happens here later, it's not going to be a great place to drive. Say here, Mario, 16th in East Carson. There's some fans hanging outside, a couple people catching a smoke break. It's just a barricade, a little powder balloon. That'll be in the street soon. Hey, other people with cameras. That's about it. I'm going to see if I can't find myself another bar to watch this game inside of. PennLive.com is pretty cool. Mario's has a no backpack policy, so reporter folks such as myself, it's kind of SOL there, but it's all well and good. I don't need Mario's to have a good time. I hope y'all don't either. I think this is going to be it for me, but do follow PennLive's coverage of the Stanley Cup Finals. PennLive.com/Pittsburgh, for instance. Get on Facebook, this page here, Twitter, this is Pittsburgh, Lauren Kirschman's account, and mine, Jacob_Klinger_. They're all decent follows. This is where a guy got tossed earlier. Got a shoe thrown across the street. It's kind of funny. Anyway, that's all for me for now, but we'll be checking in with you later during the game. If there's celebrations, if there's mornings, any other chaos, good, bad, or otherwise that might be happening on the south side, we will bring it to you via PennLive.com's various platforms. Have a good evening.